breaking Premier League and transfer news. Today's video is absolutely packed with huge stories across Europe. We start with Borussia Dortmund forward Karim Adeyemi, who has now made it clear that his preferred destination is Arsenal, despite strong interest from Manchester United and a £75 million valuation that has already put the Red Devils off. But that's not all. We also have fresh updates from Manchester United, where Matheus Cunha's injury scare has been clarified after he missed a club event due to a head knock, and we explain what this means for Ruben Amorim's attacking plans ahead of the Everton clash. And speaking of Amorim, the United manager has sent a powerful message to the board, highlighting the importance of two key players, Casemiro and Harry Maguire, in a transfer warning that could shape the club's recruitment strategy for 2025. This is a massive news roundup you don't want to miss. Adeyemi chooses Arsenal. Manchester United transfer obstacles. Matheus Cunha injury explained. Amorim's message to the board. What it all means for the Premier League title race. Make sure you stay until the end, there's a lot to break down. Borussia Dortmund star Karim Adeyemi prefers to join Arsenal amid Man United interest. Borussia Dortmund forward Karim Adeyemi has made it clear that he would prefer to join Arsenal amid interest from Manchester United, according to Sunday Mirror, page 71. The Germany international has been in and out of the starting lineup for Dortmund this season, but he has still contributed 4 goals and 3 assists from 15 appearances. His current deal with the Bundesliga giants expires in June 2027, and he has yet to be convinced to renew. Hence, there is a good chance that he could depart next summer. United have contacted the player's super agent Jorge Mendes to strike a summer deal, but they have encountered a couple of obstacles, as per Sunday Mirror's update. First of all, the Red Devils have been put off by the £75 million valuation. Adeyemi has also made it clear that his preferred destination is Arsenal if he were to leave Dortmund ahead of next season. Arsenal likely to pursue another forward next summer. The Gunners bolstered their attacking department with the signings of Victor Gyökeres, Eberechi and Noni Madueke during last summer's transfer window. Gyökeres has already impressed with 6 goals, while Eze has chipped in with 5 goal contributions. Madueke has yet to manage a goal involvement, but he has made a good impression among the fans after a lively start to his Arsenal career before his injury. Leandro Trossard received a pay rise earlier this year, but his deal still runs until June 2027. The Gunners could cash in on his services at the end of the season. Gabriel Jesus has just returned from a long-term injury layoff. He has ruled out a winter exit, but could be on his way out, potentially to Palmeiras when the campaign ends. This could pave the way for a new forward acquisition. Adeyemi is a versatile solution for the Gunners. He is primarily a striker but can also operate on the left or right wing. The attacker has made 52 goal contributions from 122 appearances for Dortmund thus far. This is not an exceptional statistic compared to Bundesliga stars, who have moved to England. The likes of Jadon Sancho, Christopher Nkunku, now at AC Milan, and even Florian Wirtz had better campaigns in the German top flight but have failed to replicate those numbers. In our view, Arsenal are unlikely to make a huge outlay to sign Adeyemi. The focus could be on landing a proven Premier League star. Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo would be a perfect addition if Arsenal are able to sign him during the summer. The Ghanaian has a release clause worth £65 million for the first 10 days of January. The valuation will reduce to around £50 million in June if the Cherries manage to keep him until then. Arsenal seem unlikely to make a big money signing in January after the £250 million plus spending spree last summer. Hence, Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool could have an edge this winter. It remains to be seen whether the Gunners will get an opportunity to land Semenyo in the summer. The Ghanaian star, being a lifelong Arsenal fan, could potentially play into their favor. Matheus Cunha injury details emerge. The Brazilian ended up missing a charity event due to the injury, and speculations were rife that he would miss the game against Everton. Ruben Amorim is already without Benjamin Sesko for the next 1 month, while both Bryan Mbeumo and Amad are expected to leave in December for the Africa Cup of Nations. With the Slovenian missing, the head coach was expected to play a fluid front three of Cunha, Mbeumo, and Mason Mount with Joshua Zirkzee still not trusted to fill the void. Injury details. But the ex-Wolves star's injury threw those plans into disarray. The Portuguese tactician can ill afford another injury as such a crucial period. But journalist Ben Jacobs has now revealed that it was a head injury, which is why the club did not take any risks. Matheus Cunha sustained a knock in training today to his head. Understand it is only a minor issue, but enough for him to stay home from a Christmas event in Altrincham, he wrote on X, formerly Twitter. And Nathan Salt of the Daily Mail further added that the issue remains a minor one and the 26-year-old remains contention to face the Toffees on Monday. Remains in contention for Everton game. Matheus Cunha's issue is said to be a knock sustained in training today. Only a minor issue, so sounds in the mix for Everton still. Hopefully Matheus Cunha can make the game against David Moyes' side. They are flying high since the ex-United boss joined them and are currently only 3 points behind the Old Trafford side. Everton are expected to play with a low block at the Theatre of Dreams, and Amorim will need runners to unlock their stubborn defense. Cunha, who has not scored as many as he would have liked, can unsettle the visitors with his sharp movement and quick feet and hopefully guide his team to victory. Ruben Amorim singles out 2 players in transfer message to Manchester United board. The January transfer window is fast approaching and Man United could look to do some mid-season business. Plenty of mistakes have been made since Ineos took control of football operations at Manchester United. Often the communication with supporters has been poor and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's treatment of fans when it comes to ticket prices and other matters has been rightly criticized. However, one area that has improved has been the recruiting and selling of players. Of course, not every piece of business will be universally welcomed, but at least there seems to be a method which United are looking to implement in the transfer market. Sporting director Jason Wilcox explained this on a recent episode of the Inside Carrington podcast. He said, "Last year's summer window was a lot more chaotic than this one. This one was really calm. We knew the plan, we knew which players we were going to target, we had our lists, we knew which areas of the pitch we needed to improve. These are continuous meetings between myself and Ruben Amorim, with Chris Vivel and his team underneath. We are very clear on the profiles that we need. The brief will come from myself and Ruben, it goes into Chris. There is a lot of debate and discussion around the profiles of what we need, and then the scouts will go into the market. We combine that with the data team and there will be constant dialogue. Right now, I am having weekly meetings with the recruitment team of the profiles, the age bracket, the cost, are they attainable with Ruben as well? It is a really joined-up approach. This is a world away from the recruitment plan under Erik ten Hag. At times it seemed as though he was solely responsible for identifying possible targets. Ruben Amorim has been dealing with questions about why Manchester United's performance often drops in the second half of matches. When asked about it this week, the manager pointed directly to 2 key absences, players who might not even be at the club next season. Amorim explained, "In the recent defeats, United lost both Casemiro and Harry Maguire due to physical issues." He stressed that these 2 aren't only important for their quality on the ball, but also for their experience, leadership, and especially their influence in set-piece situations, something critics often overlook. Both Casemiro and Maguire are out of contract at the end of the season, and as things stand, neither is expected to remain at Old Trafford. Casemiro has already made it clear he wants to continue playing beyond this campaign. While United could extend him for another year, the club prefers to negotiate a fresh contract with a reduced salary. Amorim's comments highlight a bigger issue. If the board truly wants to support the manager, they must listen to his evaluation of which players are crucial to the team's balance and stability. United have already used the option to extend his stay by a further 12 months, and so a new deal would need to be struck. United will likely want to lower his wages to reflect the amount of playing time he will have beyond 2026. Maguire seems the most likely to stay at present, but if one or both of these players leave Old Trafford in 2026, United have a job on their hands to replace them. Amorim knows neither man is the future of United, but what they both have shown is that the team looks weaker when they are not on the pitch. And that's the full breakdown of today's huge transfer and injury updates across England and Europe. Arsenal now look to be in pole position for Karim Adeyemi, while Manchester United must reconsider their forward options as their £75 million stance and the player's preference both shift the situation. Meanwhile, Matheus Cunha's head knock is only a minor setback, which is great news for United as they prepare for Everton. But the biggest message of the day comes from Ruben Amorim, who made it clear that losing Casemiro and Harry Maguire exposes major weaknesses in the squad, a warning the United board cannot afford to ignore ahead of the January window. The next few weeks will be crucial, and these stories could shape Arsenal's title push, United's rebuild under Amorim, and the entire Premier League landscape. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Arsenal sign Adeyemi? Are Man United making the right transfer decisions? Will Cunha be ready for Everton? Make sure you like, subscribe and turn on notifications. More breaking updates are coming.